My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers me everything that I want. It is a beautiful, wonderful approach on reviewing, because it takes it to another level, and that level being quite literally the mind of God. And we want to really emphasize this and recognize this all throughout this, that so often we battle because we think of ourselves as in the physical world, we think of ourselves as an entity within the physical world, a body, that we then put ourselves essentially to in a position where we have to adhere to everything, all the rules that we put into the physical world. So it does seem a little tricky. This idea of specialness is something that you'll be battling with, because you start thinking, even when I was saying that you think that you have some sort of specialness that the rest of the people, the bodies, don't have. And that being, say, one with God or in the mind of God. And while that's true, it's not true, because they're not bodies. You're not a body in the same respect, and so you're discovering this with yourself, but you need to discover it also with them, that this is all the mind of God. So yes, you make up the rules that are applied to them and yourself that you call physicality. However, they are adhered to it only because they are what God is in adoration of you. This is for you. So remember, forgiveness offers me everything I want is dispelling what seems to be there, the rules, the laws of physics that seem to be applied. So, of course, you might not get to the extent of the laws of physics actually be breaking, but in that sense of recognizing that if you are forgiving, you are on the way of breaking, say, the laws in which people think are not allowed to be broken. I'm sure you have heard of people in your family, history of your family, that have lived out of grudges and insist they can't talk to this certain family. You're not allowed to interact with these people because of this, or they're bad people, and it's like this constant grudge. And they, even as well, it's said to only exist for 7 generations. The experience of what it is a consistent resentments and grievances, that you'll always find something to resent and grieve, and to hate and to be angry about, or to have some sort of idea of separation. It's required because of this separation construct. So remember that forgiveness is allowing you to see through this, allowing you to see past this, past the physical world. So that's what this is about. In that way, is that even forgiving grudges, family members, whatever it might be, letting that go, is breaking the laws of physics. Because that is something that is required for the physical world to exist. See how that works? Ideas of separation, regardless of what you're forgiving, letting them go, is letting go of the physical world to whatever degree. It doesn't matter if you're completely doing it or just doing it a little, forgiving a twig here and there. It makes no difference, because it will all happen when it all happens. But the continuous application, or practice, as I like to say, is an aspect of the total essence of it. So remember, that offers you, yes, everything that you need to and want, and everything that you will make you happy. It's always there. It's something that is fantastic. That is, say, heaven. Heaven can be described in that fashion, and it has been. It's everything you have ever wanted. gets debatable when you say, well, what if someone wants to worship Satan? You're like, wait a second, I want that? We get in this construct of having an opposition, and heaven does not have oppositions. So it's not necessarily the construct, the physical constructs, ideas that you have that you want. It's what you really want. It's what you can't even comprehend that you want. It's the heaven understanding that is there that you want. And that's a big part of it. My mind holds only what I think with God. Really grasp, really recognize what that means. Because that ideas of opposition, again, we're going to be battling out, right? We're going to be struggling with this. Well, how can I have a world of illusions and hold only what my mind thinks with God? Like, oh, we have this habit of the physical world, right? And yet it keeps happening. It seems like it's held on to, right? It's held on to. How can it be held on to if it is not with God? If all I can hold on to is with God. I want you to get thinking about this in a way that most Course in Miracles students don't. Okay? Most teachers won't even talk to you about it in this fashion. You are not in a world that you think you are in. However, what you think you are in, you're holding on to because it's not a sin. It's not bad. There can't be bad if there is only what is. There has to be opposition to be good and bad. So there's a lot more complexities to comprehending something so very simple. There is only love, and it is here. There is only heaven, and it is now.